Kala Chakra Tantra also said, this is not the dull emptiness, Kala Chakra Tantra said. And so it is not blank plate emptiness, is sub-luminosity, clarity, completely united together with that nature, and it is the absolute nature as it is. It is, and from that level, and in the Nyuksing level, and all this Nyuksing is beyond of the existing, non-existing, beyond of the empty, not empty, is beyond of every duality conception. It is only well experienced by our own intelligence, awareness, and therefore this name is known as then great emptiness, clarity, self-awareness, and awareness, emptiness, or the union of emptiness and appearance, and so many terminologies used to referring to this own nature. And that for that reason, again, is in the teaching, it is also known as the union of the bodhicitta, and that teaching, as I told, and here as I told, quotations from the Tantra, and the ordinary nature of the mind is like sky, it's dharma dhatu, free from every conceptions. And this will be, to discover this inner nature, many yogini use different methods. Through the method of the skillful means, method of the wisdoms, through the instruction, they will discover. It's not that something that they will discover by the intellectual ways. It's beyond the intellectuals once. And this is that discover the unborn true nature. And so it's not the negation status of the emptiness, it's not the subtle state of the mind, it is the beyond of everything. This is through the and so therefore we should not mistakenly take that anyways. This only therefore to discover this in a nature exactly as it is, you have to take the oral instructions, oral transmissions, other instructions from those Vidya Lamas who went to the highest state realization of by the Dzogchen and of Mahamudras. You have to listen from that. So therefore, this is what the nature is, and that is the nature is beyond of the every conceptions. And now to do these practices again, I will talk a little bit about again these meditations as we've been talking that. And now, as you said, when you first, of course, this is the directly pointing out the teachings. Immediately we're going to target, and then there we're resting, relaxing. Once we discover that, then that's fine. That means when you discover the practice, or when you practice it, we have to have confidence. Confidence is very important. That for that reason, in Garab Dorji's 3 words, what? First, introducing inner nature, and the second, tajik in Tibet. That means you just re-establishing your confidence as you discover the nature. That means there's nothing to go out. No matter whatever is happening. In the teaching said, this nature cannot be changed by the subject, it cannot be changed by the object. No matter whatever is happening, around you, it's within that. It's nothing went out. Once you see that, once you know that, then we are not going to bother anything. We're going to relax on our cruise lines, exactly on that line. Cruise. We're not going to vibrate in that. If we start vibrating, that means our will is shaking. Once we have got the will, we have to maintain. Maintaining is, I said many times, is meditation. Maintaining is meditation. Dzogchen level, there's nothing constructively effort meditating. You have to maintaining that without shaken by any circumstance, turbulence, the arising due to our grasping, due to our habit pattern. even that happening is not going out, not changing the course, not changing the nature. We have to be confident on our will. That's called tajitology. We have to have that confidence. We have to see everything, that's it, whatever that is. There's nothing. In order to find out that, as I said, direct that introduction, and as Great Master that we need to visit empowerment for the empowerment, or visit the instruction, you discover, you get the confidence, and then relax that. Now we're not going to linger in that. That is one way. Another way to do that, even Dzogchen teaching or those who practice lineage teachings are very immediately approaching that. But however, then through the analyzations, that we went yesterday, through the analyzation, it's not the analyzation as we do in Madhyamaka teachings, as we do in those teachings of the Sutra teachings. We went to the target, to the heart. From there we just established every rules. And there again, in that, as I said yesterday, this is not just I'm saying, this is the voice and instructions of the great, those masters. And the examining of the mind's source, destination, and present. Sune and dosas. You examine that. Because why you do this? Because make sure our will is not going to linger. Our meditation is not going to linger. Everything is now mind. And mind is empty. That is what really established. Mind is empty or mind is three-kaya status. Mind is three-kaya. To make that confidence, realization, nugget realization. To make that, so we went to the Sung, Ne, Dosa. Sung means where is coming, Ne means, or Do means where is going, and where it is. Where is it now? And that means past, future, and present. Present. If we look anywhere, mind is not in three term levels. Then we look out, mind is outside, inside, to make sure that we're not going to linger in our meditation practice. It's outside, it's inside, we checked. Again, we didn't find. Inside, again, maybe I didn't say yesterday, but inside checking, with physically, with emotionally check. Where is mind? In the physical level, where is mind? Physical level. Emotional level, where is mind? Each levels. We didn't find anything. Every time we pull out the source of grasping, root of grasping, there is no mind, there is no mind, there is no mind, there is no mind. Now where is this no mind, no mind, no mind? Where is mind? Then we uprooted everywhere. Now we single out the mind. Where is the mind? Mind, there's no mind. We didn't find it. Anywhere, any place, any logic, we never find and they never find. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the enlightened beings, never found solid existing mind at all. And the modern scientists, I don't think they find it at all. Anyone places. That then, now we concluded every chapter, every kind of might thinking mind is uprooted. There is no mind, and mind is now to look to the mind itself. Where is this? What is mind? And to look this mind, then the great masters Mipham says, still we think. Then every day is the mind. Have to have some forms. So what forms? There's two forms. Form of color, form of forms. Color forms. What is white, yellow, red, blue, stripe, all the color. We think none of those mind. No, none of those. One after another they are known. At formation level is rectangle, square, semicircle, all those forms. None of those minds. That uprooted everything now. Now where is the mind? So there is no mind. But yet there is this mind, this intelligence. That's what the great master said, is nature is empty, nature is clarity, nature is pervasive. or compassion. In the Dzogchen teaching, Ngowa Tongpa, Rangi Sarva, Tugje Koncha. That is what it is. It is empty, it is clarity, it is energetic. Yet, it is totally beyond everything. That's how the mystery of our this self-born awareness, how that beauty it is. This is beyond the death, beyond the birth, beyond the getting old, beyond the sickness. It's beyond any reference point, any regulations. It's totally that nature state. That is the mind. Now, once we discover that, once we find out, now we are not going to lingering and shaking and trembling of our meditation. Not, that means no doubt, no hesitations. No doubt, no hesitation, we are going to stay. Fearless as a mountain. That's what in the Dzogchen teaching, what's the name? Mountain like Wu. That is what it is. Wu is strong, not going to shake. Because it is that true, we are staying on that truth. True. There is no longer of the doubt, hesitation. Might be this, might be that, might. Because we search everywhere, we look everywhere, we investigate everywhere, and all the Buddha, Bodhisattva didn't find. We came concluding the same as they did, these great beings. Same thing, our small mind came same way. So now we have to relax. We have to relax. When we relaxing, that is the meditation. When we relax in this nature state of mind, then, particularly in the beginning time, our meditation, then we will have three major experience that we go through. I mentioned that before too, those different things, but this time is called Nepa in the Tibetan word. Nepa, Jua, and Rupa. These three things will come. You have to be aware of these three things. This aware. Nepa means abiding. Now you're resting. You're resting on that view. View. That is Nepa. While you're resting in that Nepa, there is Jua. Jua is movement. Jua. It's movement comes. That means when Jua comes, what do you have to do? You have to behold that. You have to aware that. Rupa. Nepa and Jua, Rupa. This is the Western world of those masters who practice lineages. This is not just a casual word. It's a practical instrument, instructions. Practical instructions. We should take that very close to the heart. Nepa means abiding. Now when we rest in mind, generally there is two techniques that you all heard, or we all heard, not just you, I heard the two, we all heard that. This is two techniques, renowned in the Buddha teaching, is known as shamatha and vipassanas. Shamatha and vipassanas. Dzogchen teaching is what? Dzogchen practice is vipassana practices. It's vipassana practices, also is practicing of the shamatha practice. Many great masters said, and to the same way, Khenpo Tsewang Dongyal said too. When you meditate on the Dzogchen status, vipassana and shamatha are united, not just separated. What that means, Khenpo said that too. He said, the aspect of the abiding aspect of the mind is shamatha, and seeing nature of that mind, that aspect is vipassana, is together. Therefore is shamatha and union, shamatha and vipassana together. So this is what. So when you are relaxing on that nature state mind, now when you relax on that nature state mind first is abiding. That we do immediately. Now we meditate. That's what we say. We meditate. We meditate now. With good postures, with good things, we resting. The moment we're meditating, most of us, jua comes. Thought comes. That movement comes. What is movement comes? All different habit patterns, that of the past memories, That's something connected to us. Something that is connected to us. There's something to do with our house, our kitchen, our kitchen, our garage, our kitchen, our neighbor, our friend, our what's called dining. Out dining. Those cutie waitress, young boy and young girls, and whatever. Something should come up. A moment we sit, it looks like all comes up. That happening many times. If we wondering that, following those, trying to think what is named that in the teaching, distracted. That is distractions. This is not distraction outer, it is inner distractions. Now distraction comes. When we wander with that, then we lost our view. We are wandering the outskirts of the display of the rupa, or in other words, duality. We are wandering. We are wandering, we are maintaining that. We distracted. Moment that happening, what we have to do? That is called rupa. We have to be aware that. We have to see that. Immediately aware that. Don't let to go far. That is then rupa. And now when this jiva comes, the neba is abiding, jiva is a movement. When jiva comes, what the terminology in the teaching used, or Buddha used, is sangha and gopa. Sangha and gopa. Sangha means drowsy. Sangha, there's two errors, two major errors, mistakes during our meditations. Sangha is sinking mind, dullness, drowsy, sleepy, kind of all those are not clarity, not brilliant, those are all known as drowsy. Moment we start sitting, our mind has become kind of dull and we fall asleep, almost sleepy. That is again one of the errors. Second error is, I already said, this gopa. Gopa is scattered mind, wild minds, and distracted, very roughly distracted. There is degree of the distractions. Degrees, very disturbed, and then medium and very subtle disturbances. Those big ones then related with emotions. Not just a garage, not just a restaurant, not just only our dining room things, but something related with the emotion. Completely our mind is carried with anger, or with hatred, or anxiety, worry, something kind of bursting in our head. Completely bursted that. When that happened, we have to be strong ourselves, settle ourselves, invoke the strong devotions. Generally, any of those things comes in the teachings, devotions. Feel strong presence of Padma Samye Ling, embodiment of all the great teacher, masters see that. All Buddha Shaktamani, Tara, feel their blessed powers, re-strengthening. Why am I wasting my time now? I have enough time to think of these things other time. I'm not going to think that now. I'm going to give break, vacation to my home, peace of mind, this mind, and let that kind of with courage, with commitment, with strength, I'm going to rest. With that. And then second thought is something related with personal things. And then certain things, many of those things, and sometimes ridiculous things, unnecessary things comes out in the mind. But any of those, whatever it is distractions. It's distracting from our meditation, from our Dzogchen meditation, from our Samadhi meditation. Therefore, we should re-strengthen our courage, commitment, confidence, joy and appreciations, and then meditate. Practice, meditate, feel strongly. And think of the those like, if it's too much distraction, thinking of this, such as like Paul renouncing a thought. Impermanent. Life is precious. Impermanent. Cause and effect is inevitable. Or impermanent. Thinking of the impermanent. How much things are changing, how many things about why I worry, why I think I have to settle. Settle, and I have to stop myself. Sure. And with the strong, again, as is the devotee, or bodhicitta, or love and kindness, compassion, thought. Boundless love, boundless joy, boundless appreciation, boundless equanimity, all those beautiful, bring up those short term, and then sit with meditator. So this is what this Nepa, Juba, and Rupa, that is. And then in order to do this, if still is not concentration a little bit difficult, then use, as Buddha taught, techniques of the concentrating right in front of in front of you, maybe just front of you, the convenience area. Hold some objects on your mental status, or put some small object, and concentrate to that. Concentrate strongly. Your mind joined with I joined to that one piece of object. In a way, triangle level. Strongly concentrating to that. And stay that. Trying to stay that state as for 1 minute. 1 minute. Trying to stay there. Strongly with that. Concentrate that. And if that strong state is quite good, then you can release that. Then relax. Just rest. Rest again, you can maybe concentrate, strongly hold something in the mental status and stay. And then that has become quite good and release, and then Rupa status. Free from every reference point. Relax, bring more clarities. That's what the teacher said. Relax. Relax means relax the body, relax the wind or the breathing. That means keep normal breathing and relax mind. Mind reduces every conceptual level, now settled in one present status. Present state and one moment of the present status. One moment of the present state. And then relax. And then relax and don't hold anything. And the Dzogchen teaching said, don't think, don't hold, and relax. Relax means everything is relaxed. That means nothing particularly relaxed back that, but everything become natural. Exactly natural, where the nature is. Body become natural, all the systems, and wind movements become natural, exactly way, and mind totally stayed in the present state of the moment, present status. Relax. When it's relaxed like that, and then trying to stabilize that, stay there with the awareness. Awareness is, you keep awareness of mindfulness as distantly. In the teaching, what's it? Khenpo used to also chant that praise. Praise. Distantly have the mindfulness watching your mind. Not closely watching mindfulness, always constantly kind of mindful, using the mindfulness, but distantly watching your mind, your meditation by the mindfulness. The great teachers use examples. When you go after the animals, use that same techniques. It says. When you go after the animals, and when you put those in beautiful grassland or wherever comfortable grasslands, then you pull back. You're not going to have to stay right behind the animals. Pull back, you relax yourself, and just distantly watching the animals. Same way, distantly watching your meditation or the Dzogchen meditation, not necessarily staying all the time, but always aware that, not let distracted by any means. Relax, fresh, and always in the teaching said, relax with clarity. Relax with clarity. That I told you the other day. in the Dzogchen Toga, sorry, not Toga, Tukyu practices. Tukyu practice, particularly special instructions of the Tukyu meditation is what? Immovable body, immovable of the senses. That means not expanding, not inward, drawn in, keep open, entirely senses the way they are. So immovable senses, immovable of the mind. Relax. And when you do it the immovable way, in the teaching, bring letter clarity, kind of fresh energy, freshness. That means the ventilation is open. That's breathing pressures are moving. You're allowing that waking up the energy, power of the five wisdoms. Intelligence allowing, not blocked it, not crushed. Open that opportunity and relax that. Those are the teachings. So therefore, when we meditate again with that way, trying to keep that, like meditation with good qualities. Maybe content is good. Quality. Really trying to do that. So now again, when we are resting our mind, is abiding, and then jua. Jua is movement. Thought will come. It's natural. And there is a way thought comes. I said the other day, the great master Bimala Matra said there's 5 different ways the thought will wrap me all and then gradually settle there. That all will comes. But don't let distract it. This is our responsibility. Don't let happen. Even we can keep our mind for 10 seconds, 15 seconds. That's good. Don't let go. And be aware of that. And when that happened, in the teaching said, don't worry, feel bad. Don't feel bad, or don't kind of blame, or why this and that, all those things. Yes, this is a part of nature. Part of nature that we are going through. It's nothing. And therefore, we're now retracting that. We're aware of that. That means we are practicing. That means we are practitioner. It's good. It's nothing wrong. Don't blame, don't feel bad, don't be disappointed, but strengthen the joy and appreciation and good things. Keep open. That's it. And keep the mindfulness, all those beautiful things, and then relax. That is what the Dzogchen practices in the teaching. And then we can advance and gradually come very beautiful, and the mind will settle. And that is the practitioners, and that is my brief teaching for today. Thank you.